Hey guys, I thought it might be good to look at taking a high handicap from a strong player. We know this is something it's so easy to lose a handicap game against, 5, 6, 7 down. Easy thing, because they'll spot any weakness, they'll press, then you're forced into, it's just very hard. So I thought I would do it and take an attitude of being reasonable and not over aggressive, this sort of thing. Well, let's see how it goes. This time I'm black, 4 stones against computer 5 done. Just stabilize. That's Gote. I'm not going to respond. So I took another corner. I took the one that white might develop on the right. That's not Sente. So I took another corner. White comes in. This is a tough one for me. I could pinch from either side, or I could ignore. What's best? I certainly don't know, but my guess was any attack I make, I don't see that I'm getting anything. So let's look at it. You see my cursor. If I came from this side, am I getting points in the corner? No. To do that, I'd have to come back and play another tiny move. Okay, how about if I play from this side? Well, I don't need defense. This is only 6 points. He responds, I kick. It's still not points. I attack from the top. He lives easily. I didn't see anything beneficial here. The stone does have 3 options for health. That is to say, it's healthy. So I took another corner. Here, I want to counterattack so bad, but I just keep it simple. And I get Sente. I came this way because a white stone, here you see my cursor. That's his Sente. I need to respond or my group's going to get really awkward. So when I play it, it's reverse Sente and has some size too. Same thing. I decided to, good time to make this black group so have a base, things like this. I also could have taken the corner. You see my cursor. Could also take this corner, which is rather Sentai-like. Just a decision. I'd say any of those 3 is perfectly fine. Makes sense? Let's ask a question. Is that my territory? No, as far as I'm concerned, it's not. If white takes away my corner, I don't know if he can or not. There's clearly Aji in there. It means I'll get a wonderful wall to grow the top. That's fine. He plays here. That is so Gote. So this is an attack, and I'm growing my corner. I'm not entirely thrilled with this because this move doesn't do anything. Doesn't take points in the corner. White's simply going to defend. So I spent an extra move here. This is slow. I am giving up points. Just because I couldn't think. I haven't been playing sharp, active moves, so it's becoming a little difficult to find a sharp, active continuation. So I went with the slow one, where these 4 black stones are all points. Each move takes points. So it's at least 70, maybe 80% value. I don't think it's more than that. Okay, want to defend my group? Get out. Get out this way specifically. Notice I'm contacting a strong stone, offering white to get stronger. I don't care if white gets stronger there. I'm not going to be attacking that group. Okay. Threaten to cut. Then cut and something dies. There you go. So that black group's looking pretty good. Now, not all the way good. It's not like I actually have an eye yet. But for now, I'm healthy. So this group we're talking about in the upper right, I'm uncomfortable with it. I know, if I was white, I'm all over this group. So I want to defend the upper right black group. That's what this is doing. This is giving me a much better corner situation in the upper left. And now white's group on top is weaker, making it much harder for it to attack my one group I'm concerned about. So an active way of defense. I could also keep going here. You see my cursor. This might be better. This gives me thickness in the corner. I like that. Gives me thickness to the outside. Well, white's group isn't finished yet. So I think I like this one. They're both, seems to me they're both fine. Now, that exchange gave me center thickness and a better corner. There's no need to save. I've already did a good thing here in Cente. So next, there's kind of a principle here. Take your biggest area. For me, that's bottom left. Make it bigger. Now, I haven't heard that principle probably since I was Ford on, 45, 50 years ago. So I don't know if it's still a thing that people talk about, but it's a good one. Making your biggest area bigger and more secure is just something very positive about it. So that's why I'm doing this. This doesn't attack white. It bothers white, but doesn't attack white. White comes in. Which side should I come down? I don't know. I have a number of thoughts, but none of them are reasonable thoughts. They're just maybe this, maybe that. I've heard this. So what I decided was my two thick stones, if I lose them, that's too much of a loss. My single stone at C14, if I lose that, I really could care less as long as I get the corner. So this is a guess. That's what it is. Go for the kill. So, well, let's start. See what the cold threat is. What's the cold threat? Is my corner in jeopardy? No. The one black stone is in jeopardy. Was that 10 points maximum? I didn't see a problem. Capturing the corner, that's everything. I'm not cut anywhere. He has no chances here. I'm thick to the outside. It affects an entire quadrant, so I liked that. Now, remember, that doesn't mean this is right. It means I made a rational choice, which is profitable. Back up, come down, corner, make sure you're alive. Now I'm either have two eyes in the corner or I capture that single stone, which gives me two eyes. I think I just have two eyes in the corner, assuming I want them. Still alive. I'm going to now deal with the right side that white just got. If I jump out, I think he has a Cente. Remember this black group that I'm uncomfortable with? Well, I had made white weaker, but then I made white stronger by ignoring. So instead of coming out and having two weaknesses, I went this way, supporting my weak group. This might be a critical turn in the game. White's last chance of winning. So if I try to save this stone, instead I focus on my group that has questions. And now, am I going to back off and give all this to white? No, I'm going to hunting. Okay, assuming white cuts, I decided this. So white, black, you see my cursor, that gives me an eye. I read that out. I made a point. Yes, I then have an eye, because without that, I don't really have an eye. Okay. So I now have an eye, and the second one is not hard to get. So when he cuts me, it's only a matter of living in the center. I'm concerned about that. Center's difficult. There's a lot of room. So he does indeed cut. I get my sente, and now I'm escaping. But there's lots of ways of escaping. If I can escape with my single stone being alive, that's big. And notice, white has a cut right here. So I save this way. I am not going to save that stone. I need my group out. This is the second pivotal move of the game. If I stop and save this stone, I could die. I need to get out. Now, we're seeing some cuts here. I read them out. If I'm cut, that could be game. I thought, nope, not cut. Boom, boom. If black cuts here, he's just going to die. It's just really weak. So come up, save my cuts, get out. Where shall we run? I ran this way. I don't think white's weak on the left. For a while I did because of the Ataris. There's too many white stones here. So if I use up liberties, I don't think it's useful. So I ran away from the center thickness to the left. Build, threaten, and now I start adding another dimension to my eyeless group. Center groups, that is to say groups that have no eyes on the edges. Making an eye in the center is not a big deal. Making two in the center is a big deal. So I'm making my eye shape right now and running. Not sente. I go again. Make shape, run home. It's the last place white has a chance of catching up. I don't see any sente in that move, so I just start playing in game. Notice when I save this stone, it makes white weak again. I like this helps my group, helps both groups, surrounds white on top. Run home. I thought this might be fun. Might be a bit of an overstatement. I guess I should play this way. I left a weakness. I misread the cut. It's not a big deal, but I left myself a little weak there. My eyes are getting short. This is me getting eyes. White thinks that might not be true, that I might not have two. Threaten to connect. I can connect, run through and cut, or make a second eye. This is a big move for the health of my group. And just connect. In game, in game, in game. Just in game. This doesn't seem very big anymore. I went to the next in game. Yeah, that's White's right, I think. I don't want to even read it out and fight it. I'm just going to connect nice and strong. Atari means that this is Sente. If I do it again, it's only 6 points. I think White will ignore. I mistimed this. White's the one who got it in, but it's okay, either case. You can see my cursor. See the cut right there? See my gap? There are concerns here. I don't think anything works, but they're concerns. So this in-game, which is big unto itself, helps my weakness. Even though he can't do anything with weakness, still, it's co-threats, it's pushing threats. So I'm just getting home and getting strong. I think this was bad of me. I lost a number of points by saving these stones. Just a second. Hey, huh? What's that? You got it. I did. Hi, Adrian. Okay, will do. That was my wife telling me to turn the oven on, and my grandson. Years ago, I'm Grandpa Lance, but that's hard to say. So he called me Grandpants for a couple of years, which is the greatest name imaginable. I'm going to go turn the oven on. You can hang around or fast forward. It's up to you. I'll be back. I'm coming. I'm coming. Thanks for waiting, if indeed you waited. Okay. You can see these three little black stones. They're pure double gote. That's double gote is not great. But I was playing it and I wasn't prepared to go, oh, let me go find the biggest in game. That takes concentration and focus and awareness of the whole board. And back in the day, I was excellent at that. I could totally keep the entire in game of the board in my head. Which comes first? When does it start? Not anymore. That's hard. I save. He gets his in game. This, I almost got tricked a few times. There's some cuts here. That's big. He gets that in. He got way more in game than I did. In game. Okay, a little tricky here. I don't have eyes. Okay, now there's some, if white throws in, I capture, double Atari, I save, capture. I'm way short on liberties here. So I fill in. I should fill this in first. I didn't realize I was that short. That's not too important until you're at least 3 Dawn. There's 2 cuts that both have to be filled here. Start with the bigger one. If you start with the smaller one, there's only 1 left, but now you're committed. If I save this, I might give these stones up later. There's smaller co-threat, things like that. Small issue. Now you see the cut here and the cut here. That's why I should have gotten that thing in earlier. Turns out it's not a problem, but that doesn't mean it's not bothersome. This is big. But check it out. I have to play here. I have to play here. And I'm surrounded. This is dangerous. And my 4 stones on top have liberty problems. You can try to read this out. You'll find that black has a problem. I fix. And just end game from there. I end up winning. There's nothing else. I'm ahead by 35. And I started with about 40. We'll call it 40. I'm not, I'd have to go look at what the actual, what is 4 stones worth. Depends on who you talk to. But if we say 40, then I've only lost 5. I'd say I've has to, seems to me I've lost between 10 and 15 at least. So it surprised me that I had that many left. But I thought there's some good stuff there to see. Hope you enjoyed it. Catch you later.